Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and day 2 of training camp is officially in the books, and we have a lot to talk about today. I'll be talking about some important quotes from Dan Quinn's presser today, and some plays that happened during practice. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so if you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Now, I would like to reiterate that no practice clips in this video belong to me. Shout out to all of the Commanders, Washington reporters that posted these clips. So, let's start off with what Dan Quinn had to say about Jayden Davis. He said that Ryan Kerrigan, our all-time sack leader and our assistant linebackers coach, has been integral to Jayden Davis's development as an end-of-line rusher this offseason. So, yeah, we signed Luvu and Wagner this offseason, drafted McGee in the NFL draft. So, Jayden Davis, he needs to find some way to get on the field, some way to get playing time. And, maybe using him in a Michael Parsons type role is the way he can get some playing time, because we're usually going to have two linebackers out there on the field. It's going to be Luvu and Wagner. McGee will be on special teams a bunch. He may get some playing time on defense. We shall see. But Jayden Davis, he needs to find a way to get some playing time, and working it off the edge at edge rusher could work, and he will obviously get some snaps at off-ball linebacker, but most of his snaps will probably come at edge rusher or off the edge, blitzing off the edge, things of that nature. So I like how Ryan Kerrigan has kind of been helping Jayden Davis develop into a solid edge rusher. Same with Dan Quinn and all the other defensive coaches. So that's what he had to say about Jayden Davis. Because Jayden Davis, he has a lot of potential. I just feel like he wasn't used the right way when Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera was here. So hopefully DQ and the other defensive coaches can get the best out of him. He said on Jayden Daniels, we're moving on to what Dan Quinn said on to Jayden Daniels. He said that he's worked exceptionally hard. You're just seeing all the momentum building for what he can be. So, he had high praise once again for Jayden Daniels, and he had high praise for Mikey Sanderso. He said Sanderso has exceptional quickness, and said that he and Daniels are more mature than the average cat, but he said both have humility, which is really good to hear, when you're rookies, especially a rookie cornerback and a rookie quarterback, hearing that stuff from your head coach as a rookie is just super, super good. I feel like Mikey Sanders still is going to be one of the best nickelbacks in a couple of years from now, but we shall see. And I feel like Jayden Daniels will be a really good quarterback for us. And then finally, Dan Quinn, he commented on Fedarian Mathis. He said that he's been really impressed by Phil. He's just a guy that's not going to miss the opportunity. So, Fedarian Mathis, he hasn't done much these past 2 seasons. I mean, in his rookie season, he got injured week 1 after like a couple of snaps against the Jaguars. And then this past 2023 season, he didn't do much at all. Didn't get a ton of snaps. So hopefully Dan Quinn and the coaching staff can bring the best out of him. We obviously have Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Johnny Newton, John Ridgway, who I feel are over, Fedarian Mathis. So Mathis is kind of on the roster bubble right now, and I feel like we're only going to keep 4 defensive tackles. If we keep 5, then we'll probably keep him. But I feel like John Ridgway is better than Fedarian Mathis right now. So if Mathis can play well during training camp and preseason, if he shows out, then he will have a good chance of making the roster, but we shall see. Now let's move on to what went down during practice. Shout out to Zach Shelby, JP Finlay, Nikki Jabala, reading off of their tweets today. They did some great reporting today, as well as Lionel Willingham, so shout out to him as well. But Zach Shelby reported that guys catching punts during special teams drills, Crowder, Dax Milne, Demir Bird, Casimir Allen, Jahan Dotson, and Emmanuel Forbes. Those are kind of the same guys that were catching punts during OTAs and minicamps as well. Zach Shelby reported that Tyler Biadasz did a nice job seeing off the defensive tackle on this one rep, allowing Brian Robinson to get through the middle of it for a decent gain. So, Tyler Biadasz, he's now our starting center. We signed him this offseason on a 3-year deal worth about $30 million, I'm pretty sure. So it's nice to see him, playing well during training camp. Shelby also reported that, this is a quote from him, Eckler is shifty. Just took a handoff, made a few jukes, and gashed the defense. So I'll admit, I wasn't a huge fan of the Eckler signing, when we first signed him. But I warmed up to it a couple days afterwards, and I was like, okay, you know what? He can be a pretty good receiving back or number 2 back to Brian Robinson. B-Rob's obviously going to be our starting back, but, he can be our Thunder and Eckler can be our Lightning, which I do like a lot. So I'm excited to see what Eckler can do this upcoming season. Marcus Mariota, he took the majority of snaps today with the first team, which I'm not reading too much into. Even JP Finlay said, to not read too much into, because Jayden Daniels, he's going to get first team snaps in the next coming days. Of course, he got some yesterday. He's going to get a lot in the next coming days and weeks, and he's eventually going to be named our starting quarterback. So I wouldn't, read too much into that. Brandon Coleman, he made a nice play today. He did a good job working against Javonte Jean-Baptiste on this one rep. He made the defensive end run the hump and washed him out of the play. So Brandon Coleman, he's competing for that starting left tackle spot against Cornelius Lucas. I'm really rooting for, Brandon Coleman, but if they feel like he's not ready, then they'll just start the veteran in Cornelius Lucas week 1. But I feel like he will start at least one time, some point this season. So, we shall see, but I'm really rooting for Brandon Coleman to become our starting left tackle. Reported by Lionel Willingham. Nice job by Jayden Daniels calling out DB that honestly didn't really know what really showed blitz, but he came. Daniels slid the protection, but it was incomplete. But it's still impressive that Jayden Daniels, called out a DB, and, he recognized that he was going to blitz, and, he slid the protection. So that stuff you don't really see out of a rookie this early on. So the fact that, he's identifying that, he's recognizing that, and he's calling it out, man, that is super impressive by Jayden Daniels. Let's see some other stuff here. Jayden Daniels with another great throw in the red zone. This was reported by Nikki Jabala. This time in 7v7. He threw a dime to Mitchell Tinsley in the corner of the end zone. I'm sure the team website will post video later, so I'm pretty sure this was on a slot fade. And you already know Jayden Daniels is deadly with the slot fade. A good amount of his touchdowns came on the slot fade last year at LSU to Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., and some other LSU receivers as well. So, hey, man, that slot fade, deadly. We better run that a bunch of times this year, maybe with like Terry McLaurin, Luke McCaffrey, Jahan Dotson, all them guys. Daniels completed all 4 of his passes in his series, I think 7v7. He completed one to Davion Davis, Luke McCaffrey, Mitchell Tinsley, and Austin Eckler. Let's see what else we have here. So it's nice that, Jayden Daniels, he showed out these first 2 days. Honestly, as expected, at least for me, he's looked way better than Marcus Mariota right now. That's why I'm not worrying about Marcus Mariota and getting, the first team reps early on, because we know that Jayden Daniels has looked better than him, and he will get a lot of first team reps in the next coming days and weeks. And like I said, eventually be named the starter. So I'm not really worried about that. Let's see here. Lionel Willingham said, quote, "Another thing that has stood out with Jayden Daniels is his use of the hard count. Second straight day, we've seen him draw the defense offsides during situational work." So that's super impressive. Like I said, that's not something you see out of a rookie quarterback so early on. So it's really impressive. You would think, maybe like a person who just became an NFL fan would think Jayden Daniels is a veteran, but no, he's a rookie. So the fact that he's doing these veteran-like things so early on as a rookie is super, super impressive. And then finally, Terry McLaurin, he hauled in a deep shot from Marcus Mariota during 2-minute drills. He beat Forbes on the play, but later on, Forbes made up for it with a PBU on McLaurin, and that was 2 plays later after the play. So that's super impressive. And then Jayden Daniels was sharp on the team's first 2-minute drive of camp. It was a rough start, including a missed deep shot to Luke McCaffrey. Shout out to Sam Fortier, he reported this. But he bounced back and finished with a short touchdown pass to Jeremy McNichols. So he did struggle early on a little bit in the 2-minute drill, but he finished strong, bounced back with a touchdown to running back Jeremy McNichols. So overall, pretty good day of camp. Jayden Daniels showed out. Emmanuel Forbes, he made a couple of nice plays. Luke McCaffrey made some good plays. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't get a lot of stuff today. I think we got more stuff than yesterday, but we didn't get too much stuff today. I feel like once the pads come on and once the fans are able to come to practices, then that's when we'll get more and more stuff. But right now we didn't, but that's all good. It was still a good day of camp. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. Like I said, I'm on the road to 4K subs. If you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.